Give me a Bible. Give me the book of Isaiah, not book of Isaiah, but like the book of Deuteronomy and Genesis, so I can get these scriptures and get these commandments, man. You know, and serve the Lord like I'm supposed to. No, what happened? They had to bring an Israelite to govern their ass, man. All right? Y'all have to be governed by Israelites at the end of the day. All right? Even though you doing that, stop them lions from getting on you, but you still have to be governed by Israelites to have that to stop. All right, that's how it's gonna be in the when the new kingdom comes. Y'all gotta be governed by us for all this foolishness to stop in this world, man. All right, go ahead.
Then one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel and taught them how they should fear the Lord.
Yeah, he taught them how to keep the commandments. A Levite. That's why when you read in the book of John, you had a Samaritan woman talking about our fathers Abraham and Abraham served in his land, and we served in his land too, because they start keeping the laws, keeping the Israelite laws, and they start thinking they was Israelites. She thought she was an Israelite. That's why our Lord cursed her out. He told her about ourselves.
Verse 29, howbeit, every nation made gods of their own and put them in the houses of the high places which the Samaritans had made, every nation in their cities wherein they dwelt. And the men of Babylon made Succoth Benoth, and the men of Cuth made Nego, and the men of Hamath made Ashima, and the Avites made Nibhaz and Tartak, and the Sapphivites burnt their children in fire to Adramelech and Anamelech, the gods of Seraphim.
All right, so I want to jump to
Slaki. I know I butchered the names and the tribes.
I want to jump to chapter 18.
On the top. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the 3rd year of Hosea, son of Elah, king of Israel, that Hezekiah, the son of Ahaz, king of Judah, began to reign.
Yep, so Hosea was what? King of Israel, and Hezekiah was what? King of Judah. Okay, go ahead.
25 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Abi, the daughter of Zechariah. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that David his father did.
Yep, Hezekiah, go ahead.
He removed the high places and brake the images and cut down the groves and brake in pieces the brass and serpent that Moses had made. For unto those days the children of Israel did burn incense to it, and he called it Nehushtan.
That's what Jake do to this day, man.
Yeah,
that's why they be doing all that to the cross. All right, they do all that to these other things because they don't have nothing. Jake needs something to see to believe in. All right, the 2/3 of Jake are not spiritual, man. They need, like I said, they need that brace of servant. Old Moses was doing his thing when he was here. You know, he was a man of the Lord, so this is as close as we can get to him. That's the same thing they do with Christ. All right, with the rosary and all that, man. Go ahead. Glad the Ark of the Covenant ain't here, man. Sure. People will be losing it, man.
Verse 5. He trusted in the Lord the Most High of Israel, so that after him was none like him among all the kings of Judah, nor any that were before him. For he clave to the Lord and departed not from following him.
That's right, because after Solomon, you know, and that's happened because of Solomon's sin, that the kingdom shall be broken up. After Solomon reign, it was a wrap, man. Our people got on and got off. It was wicked than before. You read that Kings, he was more wicked than this dude. This dude was more wicked than this dude. This dude there was right inside Lord, then it was wicked again. You know, it was like, damn, these niggas is hard-headed, man. You know, so And basically Hezekiah was one of the big time people that reigned after Solomon.
And it goes to show you how the Most High worked, man. Like, he set up everything, because if Solomon wouldn't have went off, which is the most righteous king that was on the earth, if he wouldn't have went off, the nation of Israel wouldn't have been split. If they wouldn't have been split, to this day, we wouldn't have to elect, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even really have to elect, because all our people not going to sit here and say that the Mexicans is their brothers or the Native Americans their brothers. They don't even love their own quote-unquote brothers. So, you know what I'm saying? Let it know somebody who they think is a complete different nation.
We wouldn't have got taken over either, man. Because if we all together, we fight together, who's going to stop us, man? All right, we were overwhelmed. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6. Verse 7, and the Lord was with him, and he prospered whithersoever he went forth. And he rebelled against the king of Assyria, and served him not. He smote the Philistines, even unto Gaza, and the borders thereof, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. And it came to pass in the 4th year of King Hezekiah, which was the 7th year of Hoshea, son of Elah, king of Israel, that Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, came up against Samaria and besieged it.
There you go. Because Israelites was in Samaria at that time. All right? Ethiopia, we already told you how Ethiopians got up in there. All right? And we already know why Shalmaneser came down on the Israelites. You know, the 10 tribes specifically. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And at the end of 3 years, they took it. Even in the 6th year of Hezekiah, that is the 9th year of Hoshea, king of Israel, Samaria was taken.
Yep.
And the king of Assyria did carry away Israel unto Assyria,
yep,
and put them in Halah and in Habor by the river of Gazan and the cities of the Medes, because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord their power, but transgressed the covenant and all that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded, and would not hear them nor do them.
Yep, go ahead.
Now in the 14th year of King Hezekiah, did Sennacherib, king of Assyria, come up against all the fenced cities of Judah and took them.
Yeah, see, because that switch happened quick. You know, it wasn't like he died. He just disappeared. He died in that invasion. All right. Shalmaneser died in that invasion. Then Sennacherib came. All right, go ahead.
Verse 14. And Hezekiah, king of Judah, sent to the king of Assyria to Lachish, saying, I have offended. Return from me that which thou puttest on me will I bear. And the king of Assyria appointed unto Hezekiah, king of Judah, 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold. And Hezekiah gave him all the silver that was found in the house of the Lord and in the treasures of the king's house. At that time did Hezekiah cut off the gold from the doors of the temple of the Lord and from the pillars which Hezekiah, king of Judah, had overlaid, and gave it to the king of Assyria.
That's how all our gold got over there too, you know. Which Cyrus gave that decree, and he told him basically give all that gold back, you know. And Nebuchadnezzar took more. Nebuchadnezzar really, like I said, Nebuchadnezzar really did the dirt, because even though Shalmaneser started the war, he died in it. Which means they was getting their ass handed to him at a point. Even though they won, at the same time, the Israelites was fighting back, but Nebuchadnezzar totally subdued them and was able to burn the temple. Okay, because he was the first person to burn the temple down. All right, go ahead.
Verse 17. And the king of Assyria sent Tartan and Rabsaris and Rabshakeh from Lachish to King Hezekiah with a great host against Jerusalem, and they went up and came to Jerusalem. And when they were come up, they came and stood by the conduit of the upper pool, which is in the highway of the foolish field. When they had called to the king, there came out to them Eliakim the son of Hilkiah, which was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and Joah the son of Asaph the recorder.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's a lot to it. You know, I don't want to go all the way deep into it, but I wanted to go deep enough so people could understand what was going on in that period of time and why the 10 tribes left, and how we get under the Babylonian captivity. Because after that guy, Nebuchadnezzar came, all right? Because the king started dropping fast, all right? Because it wasn't no big point in time from Shalmaneser to Nebuchadnezzar, okay? It was a major it was basically a bunch of wars, and at the same time, it was a bunch of shit going on between the Babylonians and the Medes, and the Syrians, the Persians, which are the Syrians of the Persians. Okay, it was a bunch of kingdom transitions during that period of time. All right, and during all that going on, and then it was going to war with the tribe, the Israelites. They said, man, hey, we're gonna take this opportunity to dip. As soon as the Persians and the Babylonians went to war, they dipped out. Hey, man, get the fuck up out of here. All right? Because they say that
Came here in like 720s BC.
yeah, because at the time, it tells you what, Syria had took them into captivity. Then the Babylonians took over Syria. All right. Then it was like it was under Nebuchadnezzar's rule. You know. Then it was going back. It was warring with each other. Then eventually it was a marriage type of thing. All right, where they took over by population. Okay. They took over by marriage, by like politics, basically. Yeah, we cool. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah.